Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of February, and it's your third maths lesson of the week on area and perimeter. So, as usual, you've got your starter here. There's a question that focuses on the area that we've been looking at. There's a question which tests your problem solving and your fractions knowledge. It takes a bit of logical thinking about, because I'll be honest with you, I was going through the workings on this second one about Jack and Dora, and I did completely the wrong thing to start with. I'm going to have to have a rethink. So think carefully about it. Let's have a pause, go and have a go at these ones, please, and then come back for your answers. Amazing. Right, let's go through these answers. So the first one, Yasmin has a large blue square piece of paper. She cuts out a 4 centimetre by 4 centimetre square from the centre. The area of the blue region is 65 centimetres squared. What is the length of a large blue square? We're looking for the length, we're looking for a side length. So first thing to do, she cuts out this 4 by 4 square. We know to find the area of that, we do 4 times 4, which is 16. We're already told the area of the blue region is 65 centimetres squared. So we add the area of the white bit to the blue bit. 16 add 65 is 81. And then we know this is a square. So both sides are going to be the same. Okay, so we need to think what is the same number but times this together to make 81, and it's 9 times 9. Just simple as that. Or if we knew it was going to be the same number, we could have divided 81 by 9. It would have worked just fine. We could have split into 2 and worked out what each one was. But we know 9 times 9, or 9 squared, is 81. So the side length is 9. This one takes a little bit more thinking about. Jack and Dora each have some money. Dora spent a third of her money. Jack spent a quarter of his money. They have the same amount left. That is the bit I didn't read carefully enough. That's the bit that helps you. Dora spent £72. Okay. How much money did Jack spend? So we need to work out, I initially tried to work out what a third was, what a quarter was, but the important bit is they have the same amount left. So Dora has spent 1/3, meaning she has 2/3 left. If 1/3 is 72, then we do 72 times 2 to get 2/3, which leaves you with 144. So Dora has £144 left. Now to work out how much Jack spent, we know that he's going to have £144 left, so we can put that there. We know he spends 1/4, which means he's going to have 3/4 left. So we divide what he's got left by 3, which will give us 1/4, and we can work out, and then we can use that to work out how much he spent. So 144 divided by 3 is 48. So he spent 1/4, he spent £48. So we had to use what Dora had left, give that to Jack for what he had left, and then divide through by the amount of quarters he had left, which was 3/4. Tricky to do, but when you get it right, when you focused on the same amount, it logically follows. Right, today we're looking to find the area of a triangle. So we've got some important words. We've got base and height, squared, and half. But base and height are the two we're going to be focusing on a lot. So here is a rectangle. So to find the area of that rectangle, just like yesterday, we did 10 times 6, which is 60 centimetres squared. Now, if I draw a diagonal line down that rectangle, I've now split it into 2 triangles. By splitting that into 2 so we split it into our 2 triangles of equal size. Now, if I scroll down a little bit, to find the area of one of these triangles, because we've split the rectangle in half across the way, we'd want to find half the area of that rectangle. So to find half the area of a rectangle, we half one of the sides. So we can do that afterwards. There's 2 different ways. So I can do half one of the sides, so this can be 3. 10 times 3 is 30 centimetres squared. Or I can half this side to be 5. I can do 5 times 6 for 30 centimetres squared. So that would be the area of my triangle. If I wanted to, I could do it afterwards. 10 times 6 is 60. Half that divided by 2 is 30 centimetres squared. The area of a triangle, normally we either say base times height divided by 2 or half base times height. So when we find the area of a triangle, we call one side the base and the other side the height. Okay, it's generally the ones we always try and think of it. If it was a whole shape, a whole square, a whole rectangle, it'd be the base and the height of that square or rectangle. It would not be the diagonal line. So the formula we follow to find that is half base times height, or base times height times 2, as I've said. So in your home learning books, I would like you, please, excuse me, I'll put that on the wrong one, so Wally. What I would like you to do is I would like you to find the area of these triangles, please. Okay, so we do half base times height, or base times height divided by 2. So give these a go for me in your home learning books. Pause the video and give them a go now. Excellent stuff. All right. Oh, I'll go for answers here then. So we have half base times height here. So 8 times half this to be 4. 4 times 11 is 44. This one, I'm going to half the base to be 6 and times that by the 9. 6 times 9 is 54 centimeters squared. And this one, I'm going to half to be 8. I'm going to times that by 10 for 80 centimeters squared. So half base times height. I could have times more. I could have done 8 times 11 and then divided by 2. It's however works best for you. I just like doing half base times height. Right, first activity today. Get logged onto Mathletics and complete the assignment you've been given. And then, as we've been doing all this week, back you come and we'll go through some more in-depth learning with these skills. Off you go and do your Mathletics, please. Perfect. Right, what I want you to do now is I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to have to make this a little smaller to fit it on, because it fitted on my screen, but now I'm videoing, it's not fitting. So if I just make it a little bit smaller so you can read all the words, and then scroll back up so you've got the whole question. What I'd like you to do is apply what we've just done to these questions. So we've got Elena and Dylan are working out the area of this right angled triangle. You've got 5 centimeters base, 6 centimeters height, and then 7 centimeters here. Elena worked out the area of the triangle using the measurements 5 and 7, and she found the area was 17.5. Dylan used different measurements to Elena. He used 5 and 6 to work out the area of a triangle, and he found that the area was 15 centimeters squared. Which answer is correct? If you're stuck, it says think about it like a rectangle. Okay, so I want you to try and solve this in your home learning books, and then come back and we'll go through the answers. Pause it and go and have a go for me. Good stuff. Right, and let's go through the solution. So Elena says 5, 6, and 7 with the measurements. She wants to times 5 by 7. The 7 isn't a measurement. If we draw it as they suggest as a full rectangle, 7 is the line we draw to split it. The base and the height are 5 and 6. So Elena's would not give us the area of that triangle. Dylan uses the base and the height, and he does half base times height. Okay, so he does half of 6, so you get 3. 5 times 3 is 15, or he does 5 times 6 is 30, and divides it by 2 to get the 15. But whichever way Dylan does it, he has used the base and the height, which is correct. Elena has she has not used the height, which means she is incorrect. Okay, so as long as you've explained that she's used one of the wrong measurements as Dylan used the correct ones, you got it. As usual, finishing off with a bit of TT Rockstar, please. So have a go times tables. It looks like we're catching up in those not class battles, year group battles. So let's keep that going this week. And we'll be back for our next maths lesson tomorrow. See you later.